Hello. Hello. Hi, YouTube. We're here. We're here again. And when I tell y'all it's so embarrassing to create content and put it online, it's so embarrassing. There's nothing pleasant about this experience. Maybe the joy of creation, but no, it's so embarrassing to sit here and record myself alone in my apartment and put this video on the internet. But hey, it's a dream. For some reason, I want to do it, so I'm gonna do it. Me and my little iPhone and my shitty lighting. Can you cuss on YouTube? I actually don't know. I assume you can. Not safe for children, I guess. Can you cuss on YouTube? I don't know. Anyways, this is probably my third time trying to make an intro video, and I'm like, at a certain point, can't all just be intro videos. This is my cat. His name is Half Socks because he has half socks. Yeah, so this is, I don't know, it can't be an intro video. So this is a regular video, and I just wanted to talk about how hard it has been to convince myself to make this video. And also, like, you know, whatever. So I'm ready to go to a concert right now, but it's early. Well, it's not early, but the concert is late. It's doors at 8, which, assuming she has an opener, that's like 9:30, 10. So I don't know about that, but I'm going because it's Erykah Badu. So it's about to be a vibe, and it'll be worth it. But yeah, I think with daylight savings too, it feels so late, so early. I think it's like 7 p.m. right now. It feels like midnight, 1 a.m. Just because it's so dark. But anyways, yeah, I wanted to make this video just because I wanted to make this video. And I've been wanting to make this video for a while now. But what happens is I feel like I record something and then I get really embarrassed about it. And I'm like, let me just ignore the whole thing for a while and recover from the embarrassment of that before I try again. And then I'm always convinced, I'm like, oh, it's gonna be great next time I do it. It's not. It's still awkward and embarrassing, but hey, for the art of creation, here we are. But no, I feel like, okay, let's lock in. What I wanted to talk about was, what I wanted to talk about was all of the different pressures and external forces that kind of stop us from creating and honestly instill fear in us when it comes to putting ourselves out there and creating original content, and kind of this feedback loop we've gotten sucked into as a society in terms of, like, I don't know, content. I wish there was another word for content, but you get the point. Okay, so with this video, first of all, it's embarrassing to put yourself out there. Second of all, I mean, as soon as you, like, pull a camera out, I feel like it's tough. It's tough to face yourself like this, if that makes any sense. Like, this is tough. And I feel like that alone is enough of a barrier to stop people from creating. I have to really force myself to do this. And this is only my third video, so hopefully I can keep it up because historically I have not been able to keep this up. But yeah, I feel like that's the first thing, is facing yourself. But I mean, even that is really layered because it's like, oh, you have these insecurities, but why? It's because all the content creators out there kind of have the same aesthetic and appearance and vibe. And you're like, if I don't have that, why should I be doing this? You know what I mean? You're like, the market is full. What am I going to add? But it's like, you're adding because you're different from the people who are already creating content, and being afraid to create because you think someone's already done it. No, we can't be doing that, because if we're not being our authentic selves and putting ourselves out there, what are we doing? what are we doing? I don't know. That's kind of scary to think about, to live a life where you work for somebody else and then you're too afraid to put yourself out there and like do what you actually want to do, for fear of failure, judgment, whatever, and then never doing it. That's scary. That's scary to me. Scary way to live, but maybe not for everyone. I don't know. Yeah, and then also there's like internal pressures combined with external whatever, that stop us from doing things. But then there's also purely external factors. Like with this, I've really struggled with like, what if a future employer sees my content and they're like, we're absolutely not giving this person the job? But like, that's scary. That's some big brother stuff. That's deep. We're too deep in at that point when you're like, I'm afraid to be authentic and put myself out there because I might not get a job or it might impact my job security. That's very scary. That's a very scary society to live in. But I mean, that is a huge consideration. And I went to business school, and like they talked about that. They're like, be careful what you put online. Like your employer is gonna look you up. You might not get the job. How crazy is that? I don't know if you can cuss on YouTube, so I'm trying not to, but honestly, it's kind of hard. I need to Google that after I record this. But yeah, so that's super scary in and of itself. And then there's that sort of external pressure. And then also this idea that if we're doing something and not monetizing it or not gaining from it, in a tangible way, then it's a waste of time. And that sucks, to only create because you're like, well, maybe I can monetize it. Maybe I can monetize it, but if I'm making stuff and it's not popular and I don't have enough like likes or subscribers or whatever, I won't be able to monetize it and it's a waste of time. That's also scary, to think that we're not creating because things aren't gonna make us money. But I mean, same. I've thought about it. I'm like, what am I doing with my time? Time is money, business school 101. Yeah, so that's another thing. And then also like, yeah, just these random metrics that we put on ourselves, like, I don't even know, like subscribers, followers, monetization. I don't know what else there is. I'm not really on the internet, so I don't know what goes on the internet. But the moment you start measuring yourself up to that before you even start something, it's game over. You're never gonna start. I wrote down a cute little quote from Pinterest. It's actually from someone on Twitter, but I don't know the name of the person. I wish I did. But they said the fastest way to kill motivation is to make your identity dependent on the outcome. When failing becomes failing as a person, your brain starts avoiding the whole thing. When failing becomes failing as a person, your brain starts avoiding the whole thing. And the amount of people, myself included, that I've seen have this big dream, like starting their own business, Instagram, making art, whatever, and just not do it at all because they're like, well, it's gonna fail, so why would I start? And that prospect of failure is so scary, because when you put your whole self-worth into projects like this and they don't take off, damn. But I feel like if we just got back to creating for the sake of creation, we could kind of dismantle this whole ideology around that. But I mean, it's hard because you go on the internet and you're seeing like, I don't know, all of the same kind of content, because everyone is under that mentality that they're probably going to fail because they don't have the same kind of content that all these other people have. But it's like, we need your content. We need to see what you have to say. And we need you to be making stuff so that we can feel safe also creating. So that's another thing. And I mean, even people in my life, I've been like, I want to make a YouTube channel for no particular reason. This is really out of character. I don't know why I want to do this, but I think just for the sake of connection, and creation and getting ideas out there. But anyways, I've told people and they're like, what do you want to do? And I'm like, I don't know. I just want to talk about random things that are on my mind, and I'm not super interested in like, I mean, I'm not trying to go big, I just am not super interested in like editing and having the whole setup, especially right out of the gate. I'm like, I'm just trying to get out there. So I'm like more of like a stream of consciousness thing, unedited, me and the camera, me and my little iPhone talking, and they're like, that sounds terrible. I'm like, okay. And you start to believe that. You're like, yeah, that does sound terrible. Who would want to watch this? And honestly, maybe who would want to watch this? But if you let stuff like that stop you before you even start, I don't know, that's no way to live. That's no way to live. All that to say, I'm back on the internet. I'm back and I'm talking. And I want to try and utilize these little like gaps in time or waiting periods, like about to go to this concert but have nothing to do, to just kind of come on here and share some thoughts for like, honestly, I've been talking a lot longer than I thought I would talk, so 15 minutes. Just put it out there, see if other people are feeling the same way, and hopefully you are, and hopefully together we can create a space that makes people feel safe to share their art and ideas and content and their selves in a more public way. So maybe together we can do that. Thanks for listening. I have nothing else to say, but I hope to see you soon. Hopefully I'll be back with another video, and we'll be able to work up the courage to do this again. And if you're out there and you're creating stuff, good for you, because it's not easy. So let's keep doing it, y'all. Okay, bye.